Hashtag All Podcasts Matter presents
just a regular ass movie review.
This week we're talking Halloween
2018. God damn it has to say it. So I will. If I get mixed up, bro.
I mean, not Halloween 1978 or Halloween H2O.
Halloween 1978 or Halloween 2. That started right after that something.
Yeah, not just plain ass Halloween, which is still a sequel, but is called Halloween to avoid any confusion.
Yeah. I swear he had more bodies than 5. Like they said, he murdered 5 people in 1978. I was like, y'all made a whole movie, you only murdered 5 people?
Well, I don't remember that movie, to be honest with you. Maybe that was before the movie started, and then he was Michael Myers. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, Michael Myers is back, and Danny McBride's writing shit, and he's like, no. Let's get some first things straight. He's not Jason. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Thank you. Mask, jumpsuit.
Yeah, right. He's like, this is your dad's horror movie, and I'm okay with that.
And then he was like, this nigga is not all powerful. Guns hurt. And I was like, oh, okay. This is just a slasher. If you catch him slipping, you catch him slipping. All right, cool.
I like that.
Yeah. And then he's like, go. I was like, cool.
Here's the rules.
This movie is starring White Curiosity. All the White Curiosity.
As I think most horror movies are powered by White Curiosity.
Oh no, this one's really like, I don't think there's a movie if dude doesn't bring out the mask.
But this movie is, sorry to say it up top, is I'm gonna write a think piece about how it's problematic for podcasters, and I didn't like the way that we were portrayed.
Well, it was a British podcaster.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I guess it's a little different over there.
Yeah, she was dressed like the chick from The Conjuring, the medium chick. I was like, why are you dressed like you the fucking 70s and shit like that?
That's what they think American style is like right now. So the movie just opens and it's just a regular day in prison,
psych ward.
In the psych ward,
psych prison,
until some journalists arrive to interview Michael Myers,
and they just let him.
They're like, well, nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yeah, he's like, look here, bro. These are chains. All right. The psych doctor who's had a smooth heart on for Mike, it was like, hey, bro, we treat our patients good. All right, they get plenty of rec time. They still have their ways. They can get their degrees in here if they want to. Mike is a shit. We've been studying for 40 years. 40 years.
And you're right. He does have access to weights because he is looking svelte. He looks great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For 40, fucking what, 60 something like that.
Yeah. He looks fantastic.
I like how they didn't show his face, and I was like, I kind of want to see him. Like, even though I could just wiki him and then put it together, but they did not show the nigga's face.
I like how they hinted at maybe supernatural stuff. Because when he got pissed off, like all the dogs started barking, and the patients started moaning and groaning. Maybe supernatural.
Well, they said the mask is the supernatural shit, but he was buff without it. So
did the podcasters apply for press passes for the psych ward? Because how did they get in there?
I think they were like, oh, we're journalists, and I guess we're big time journalists, and we just want to interview a serial killer. And I guess, after 20 years of him not doing shit, they were, all right, cool, all right, nothing can go wrong. It's not like this is a movie.
I guess it should be fun.
Yeah. And so the white British podcaster comes in. He was like, and so they're just giving exposition about Michael, and then the one doctor that stopped someone from killing Michael, which allowed us this movie.
He's like, I'm a doctor. I've determined that he's pure evil, like uncut evil. His evil is unstepped on.
Like 92% evil. But because even when you're just cooking up evil, you gotta put a little extra in the evil for it to still be pure.
I'm like, yeah. Usually you don't even have to rock up this evil to sell.
If you stepped on it, I stepped on it 2 times. Still bring water to your eyes. That is the Pimp C line. I'm telling you, you gotta go find Pimp C. You gotta go through Pimp C's crib. He's my favorite coke rapper, bro. When he's talking about coke, whoo, bro. And so he's like, all right, so just stay behind the line. And this nigga really got on that line. Like
he put his toes on the inside of the line.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like just stay on this side of the line, just in case he just snaps out of his comatose and feels like murdering motherfucker. You really want to put us in the envelope. And so Michael's not talking to him, and he gets his feelings white hurt. No, you're gonna talk to me. And so he pulls out Michael's mask, which I don't know how he got it, eBay.
Probably Electronic Bay or some sort of simulation. Maybe in this universe, it's popular enough that they sell it in the small town.
But it's like, wouldn't that be in evidence? How'd you fuck you get this mask?
This is a big budget podcast, so
he greased some palms.
Yeah, he probably greased some palms. Or this is again Hollywood inaccurate portrayal of podcasters, thinking that we all just make money.
Yeah. So he pulls out the mask and he's like, "Look here, Michael. This ought to trigger you into a bloody rage, murder everybody." And then Mike kind of turned his head. It was like that scene where Cap made the hammer budge. It was that satisfying to me.
It was. He turned and all the prisoners start shaking and convulsing, and the prison dogs start howling.
It was like, "You going to jail today?" That was the uppercut. Yeah.
And then opening credits, and we see a moldy pumpkin becoming a regular pumpkin again. And I like how they do the credits, and it's like 30 seconds of that. Yeah. And like, this movie doesn't waste your time. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, we got out of here. My knees were not hurting. And so, cut to
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh no! So then they're like, "All right, well, Michael didn't give us anything, so now we're gonna go to Laurie Strode, whatever her name is, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and we're gonna see if she'll talk about it." And so she has like, I don't know where she got all this money from, but she has this amazing compound in the woods.
Oh no, this house is amazing.
Yeah.
She probably wrote like a novelization of her story. And the book sold well. She went on tour.
Oh no! Maybe
there's action figures.
She sold her story to Rob Zombie, and he made a movie about it.
Oh yeah, that's where the previous films came from.
Yeah,
right.
So that's why
but those aren't canon. So
yeah, see that exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so he pulls up to the thing, and then she had like his assistant lady that holds the mic thing that you have. She was like, "All right, you might have to show her $3,000." He was like, "We're real journalists. We're not gonna bribe people." And so he gets up to the guy. He's like, "Yeah, we want to interview you about Michael Myers. I'm pretty sure this is traumatic, and you probably have a lot of PTSD, but we're going to talk about it because we have fans."
Oh, these guys are dicks. Yeah. Like huge dicks. You want to talk about the most painful experiences of your life? Well, there's $3,000.
Then she was like, "Oh, fuck that. Lead with that."
which I would. Yeah.
And so she gets up in there, and we see that she has all the bolts from Home Depot, the finest bolts. She opens the door, and she's like, "All right, you can talk it up." And so this guy, once he doesn't get what he wants to, he goes straight to dick moves.
He's like, "What about your daughter that got taken away by the state? Did you ever get her back?"
It's like, "Oh, you know that." Yeah. So they're just, both of them are assholes.
Definitely. She's like, goddamn motherfucking Willie, I ain't gonna get my daughter back. How the fuck you gonna ask me that question? Get the fuck out of my house.
But I want that money, though.
But also give me the money.
Yeah, 3 racks. And so he strikes out again, and he's like, "Well, I guess I should stay around the city since nothing else helps."
He's like, "We can do some more research, in town by maybe visiting some other places.
Because if you'd have left one day early,
there wouldn't have been a movie." But white curiosity.
White curiosity.
And this is when we meet Jamie Lee's family and her granddaughter and her daughter. And it's established...
No, her daughter.
Her daughter and her granddaughter.
Yeah.
And it's established that dad is a dick because he enjoys killing mice.
No. Anyway.
Well, he's a dick because he says he gets peanut butter on his dick, which is gross.
Yeah, oh yeah, in front of his kid. So her mom went through the most traumatic thing ever. Serial killer, almost killed you, killed a bunch of your friends. But she didn't, instead of like, being a victim, she trained herself into be Sarah Connor. And she trained her daughter to be Sarah Connor, but
Sarah Connor Jr.
Sarah Connor Jr. But the daughter thought that was wrong, which, okay, yeah. But, and then she says, "Mom's a basket case. You shouldn't talk to her because she's crazy. But if you ever want to learn anything, yeah."
But I feel like that's an appropriate reaction.
What?
Yeah, if
the daughter or Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, that's an appropriate reaction.
Yeah, because she knew he wasn't She knew he wasn't invincible, so she was like, "Nah. If somebody in the 70s had a gun, this wouldn't even been a whole ass movie because I'd have shot into the white meat fell out. I'd have put that nigga thoughts on the pavement. He'd have wobble like your brother when he caught them hollows." That was a hard line thing. I was like, wow. All right, this is a song about shaking your ass and you're gonna wobble like your brother when he caught them hollows. Wow.
Yeah, sometimes things get serious.
Yeah.
So the granddaughter, I don't remember her name. I'm just gonna call her that.
Mm-hmm.
Starts walking to school, and luckily she has a stoner friend for comedic purposes.
And a girl that.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I think there's a line when the family is talking about how they're gonna meet her boyfriend later, and the dad is like, look, I think your boyfriend's a dick. Remember that time he punched the cop? Did he say that?
No, I think no.
He said something about punching the cop, and I was taking notes.
Oh, that made no sense to me, and he didn't even get to die, which is not cool.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. But the dad was a dick, so I'm super glad he got murdered.
Yeah,
because they said it apparently. I'm like, oh, he's dead.
He's gonna do something stupid, like go look. White curiosity. Anyway, so she's walking to school. Yeah, she has stoner friends, and they blow up pumpkins and shit with M80s, which would have made a bigger boom. Whatever.
It definitely made a larger
that was a big ass fucking M80. Like that wouldn't be M80. That was bigger than that. I think that might have been a half stick of dynamite.
That would have caused some ear damage.
Oh yeah.
And the hay would have caught fire.
Yeah. He's a white terrorist, white Christian, right? Radicalized Christianity.
He aspires to write for Breitbart one day.
Mm-hmm. So granddaughter just living her life, making her way downtown, walking fast.
Go to school, meet a bunch of characters, meet her boyfriend and her best friend.
Who scares her on Halloween. Ooh.
And like, oh, this is gonna be our cast of characters. Huzzah.
And her boyfriend and his best friend, Foggy Nelson.
Oh, he definitely looks like Foggy Nelson Jr.
He is. Sweaty all the time in the whole movie.
It looks a little bit like The Mask when the movie with Cher.
Pumpkinhead? Yeah, Pumpkinhead, yeah.
I've seen the movie too many times.
I've never seen that movie.
You're not missing out.
Yeah. I know I'm not.
You're not at all.
I still would want Zen to do though. So yeah, it's the big Halloween dance, and
might be a future episode. Jamie Lee Curtis shows up at school
and standing out the window creepily.
She's like, "Listen, you can have this $3,000 that I got it from these British podcasters, and maybe you can just go somewhere else for the day."
No, she was like, "Do whatever you want to," and she was like, "I'm gonna save it for college." No, first of all, she was like, "Grandma, I can't take this. Like, what is this crack money?"
It's like Granny.
Did you bust it open for this shit?
I stole this dope money. Don't worry about it.
There were bad drug dealers that I killed for this.
What do you think all the guns is for?
And so she was like, "Go to Italy," and I was like, "I wish my grandma would have had me $3,000, even though I know she's crazy." And I'm like, "Oh, I can't take this, Granny. Fuck that."
I just want to say I really like Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, she's one of those white people that if she said the N-word, it would break my heart.
No, she doesn't have Twitter, so.
Okay, good.
And so yeah, she has a relationship with her estranged grandmother.
And she's still a dick because at this point she says, "Get over Michael."
And again, y'all don't know how PTSD works, and your mom's a whole psychiatrist, but whatever.
don't tell people just to get over their emotional trauma.
Yeah, and that's regular emotional trauma. Let's have a almost supernatural motherfucker hunting you and killing your best friends.
I mean, not to mention it didn't happen just once. It wasn't just that one night. This happened several times.
It happened the night after. It's almost like the movie was right after. Anyway, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a bit of a retcon situation. I'm a little confused. This is Halloween 2, right?
No, there was Halloween, and then there was like one right after. It was the next night.
But I thought this was. That's probably the best time I think about it.
This is probably 3.
Okay, because the other movies didn't really.
Other movies really count, but I know there was a Halloween right after, and it was the same night.
Okay.
Yeah, that nigga just got up. He was like, "Oh, I'm not dead."
Halloween After Next.
Oh, John Carpenter did the music for this. Did you see that?
Oh, the score was fucking dope. I
I
was horrified.
No, yeah. It was good. No jump scares. When Michael Myers jump scares you, you die.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I miss. That's what I don't like about Conjuring. No one dies. All right, Michael Myers jump scares. Oh, jump scare. Oh, then there's a knife in your fucking throat. I'm like, yes, that's how we do it.
The kills were incredible. I'll talk about it later. But I was great.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And Jamie Lee's like, "Listen, if my daughter's ready for the harsh realities that the world has in store for her, then her hating me is worth it."
Exactly. I'm just saying it might pay off in an hour of this movie. I'm just saying.
Well, we'll see, granddaughter. Yeah. We'll see. And then
maybe if I trained you, you wouldn't run through the woods. I'm just saying.
Cut to Jamie Lee Curtis filming a rap video. She is just letting the choppers chop. And
Oh yeah.
And that is a great scene.
No, she was showing him what she was like. Hey, this is what John Wick tried. This is what Keanu does in his offside. And I was like, yeah, yeah. She was doing some gun kata.
She's got a problem solver, and his name is Revolver. Because we like to quote rap lyrics on the show. Natural Born Killers.
Okay.
Remember that video and they banned it from MTV because it simulated the OJ trial?
No.
Well, they did.
So where we at?
Michael Myers being transported via bus.
Oh, so it's the night, and Mike was like, "Yeah." The doctor was like, "This is my patient," and yeah. So I'm gonna go on the bus, and they could have just said no.
that probably would have solved the problem from there, because they kind of implied that the doctor had something to do with it. Well, they don't really spell it out for you.
And so
that's what I think at least.
So Jamie's outside waiting. She was just about to run up on the bus and dome him and just go to jail for the rest of her life. Happy.
She was ready for it.
She was really about to just knock this nigga down and be like, "Nah, I'll go to jail and do the time." She really just like gave us a Fredo Santana bar. Got arrested.
She tweeted about it before she did.
Oh yeah. She was like, "I will murder y'all and sit down." And smiling.
It was in her drafts, but she didn't do it yet. But she got cold feet and decides to go to have an awkward dinner with her family.
Yeah. She comes in there a little tipsy, and then she, starts white crying. Then she sits down, and then she runs out. And then the granddaughter's like, "Grandma, I still love you, even though you're a basket cake. Also, get over your PTSD. You say you're depressed. Just be happy. Just be happy.
That's all you have to do to get over your mental illness is just stop.
Just stop doing it. It's not crippling. You're weak."
I'm gonna tweet about this. I love the scene where, again, it's okay. I know this movie is driven. This part is literally driven by white curiosity. As a father and son find the crashed bus,
and he sees motherfuckers walking around, right, like aimlessly, and he has a ham radio and a cell phone, and he was like, "You know what? Somebody might be hurt." And I would be like, "You know what? Somebody might be hurt. I'm gonna get 10 miles, then call the police."
He leaves his son in the car, and he sees that a prison bus.
Prison bus. That's a prison bus. It has bars on it, my nigga, and it says prison on it, and it says criminally ill prison. So yeah, that's just bad parenting. And his dad was hella old for him to be that young.
His dad was incredibly old. That's not your grandson.
Yeah, and then he was like, he said he wanted to go to dance class, and the father was like, kind of had that look, and I like, "No son of mine.
You're gonna dance,
yeah,
boy." He did. That was that conversation happening.
He's not. Now you're gonna learn how to hunt and fish and use a gun.
He's all. First of all, we're gonna hunt and fish at 2 a.m. Because real men shoot fish at night.
So the father gets out there, and he didn't scream to let his son know that everything's all bad.
He should have.
Yeah,
that's common decency.
The granddaughter's dad did. He let off a shot to let everybody know everything was going wrong. So the son, he gets out the car, looks for his dad, and he gets on the bus and he sees the doctor, and the doctor pops out and yells, "Don't shoot!" I'm like, no.
He deserved to get shot.
Oh yeah.
Also, his dad is an excellent teacher because he taught him how to shoot.
Yeah.
He shot the shit out of him.
Oh yeah. And he would have, and not felt bad. He pops up. He's saying, "Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Is anybody here? Don't shoot me!" And I was like.
He popped up like a duck.
He does the whole thing and do it right.
The scene looks really dope because it's foggy and you can't see like 3 feet in front of you. There's just prisoners running. You can only hear noises. The kid gets really scared and runs back to the car.
I was about to drive the fuck off, but rule number 1: always check your goddamn back seat.
That's right.
I do it all the time because I'm not gonna get sneak dissed.
You always gotta check the back seat. What I do is just I'll leave my dome light on all the time, so that nobody can scare me.
Because you got a die-hard battery. Them shit starts in 0 degrees temperature.
Hell yeah!
I've seen that commercial. And if it gets too hot, you just drink antifreeze. Antifreeze.
Luckily, the kid gets killed by Michael Myers. And I'm like, damn, Michael, it's killing kids.
He was old enough.
I guess he had a gun, so.
Yeah. He's a predator. So the movie starts. Which has been sampled many times in rap music.
It sure has. The podcasters visit a gravesite, and Michael Myers is watching ominously, and they don't notice. Also, Bernie Mac is buried in that same graveyard.
No.
Or
What
just,
she was saying,
just in the state.
no, she was saying her cousin works at a place where a lot of people bury Bernie Mac, blah blah. She's like, all I got is this person. And he's like, and everybody always comes this time of year, and she don't know who. She couldn't wiki who the fuck this person was, because that'd have been. She was like, I just wonder why everybody comes to see this grave, and so nobody sees the 8'12" large white man who's like slowly hiding about it. These motherfuckers' heads were not on a swivel. So Mike's stalking them. So when the fuck did Michael Myers learn how to drive?
Prison.
Okay, online, I guess.
No, he took a driving course.
Yeah.
he has a C class. He got his M license. He got a commercial trucking driver's license.
So I'm like, he murdered when a kid, went to the asylum, got out then he started murdering people, and then he's been in jail for 40 years.
So you think he'd be rusty? Is what you're saying?
This nigga don't know how to drive. Period. There wasn't Cruising USA when he was a kid, right?
They got it in prison. It's not a regular Cruising USA.
Yo, he just took you out. That's how everybody learned how to drive.
Yeah,
double tap and hit a backflip.
I was a Daytona guy myself. Daytona. So yeah, he was playing Daytona. Mm-hmm. He was fun. So he's talking to these British podcasters, and he's incensed because he doesn't like people doing investigative journalism on his family. Yeah. He's like, first of all, you're invading my privacy. I'm gonna murder you.
Exactly. And he knew they still had the mask on him. So Mike was like, look here, if I'm gonna get back to murdering, I gotta get back to murdering my way. So they stop at a gas station. He was like, thank God, there's a mechanic here. I can murder him and take his clothes.
And now that has his mechanic outfit, you kind of made this joke already, but I'm gonna do it again. Mm-hmm. He looks like an HVAC tech. Because he went to DeVry. No, because you were like, how does he learn how to do this? But he's clearly educated. This jumpsuit isn't just for anybody. Yeah. He's a working man.
There's a cool scene of the girl going to the bathroom and Michael giving somebody the business. And it's a shot of Michael just throwing hammers on somebody's face. And I was like, damn it. Somebody with the camera angles is good.
I know, this movie is super well directed. It looks dope. How they don't really focus on that, but he's just kind of off in the background murdering somebody. Yeah. And it's really great.
The British guy, his head is not on a swivel. A white lady tried to warn him. She was like, hey, somebody's going to be there murdered, but I'm going to say this out loud in case he sees me. He's like, but she gave him a lie to look over there.
She's like, listen, Hugh Grant, watch the fuck out. Things are not right here.
Mm-hmm. And so the British girl goes in the bathroom and we get the cliche dirty bathrooms. Like, motherfuckers, that doesn't happen anymore. That's gross. But that was terrible.
Bathrooms are still dirty.
Yeah. They're not that dirty. Like, that was really, really shitty dirty.
I think that's part of the horror angle. It's like one of your biggest fears when you really got to go, but you have to use a really dirty bathroom. Mm-hmm. Well, she had to.
And she didn't even hover. It was gross. Anyway, so Mike's like, all right. Mike goes in the bathroom and he starts trying to get her, but she almost got away. But then Hugh Laurie noticed something. The jig is up. Well, no, Hugh Laurie goes in and he sees somebody murdered, and he's like, "This guy's murdered, but not murdered." And then he sees somebody else murdered on the ground in the skivvies, and he was like, "Wait, that's a guy." And I guess he was wearing a mechanic suit. Oh shit, Michael Myers is here.
I better look for my friend, but not call the police.
Yeah. And so he gets a tire iron, and he walks in and he sees Mike. So he sees Michael has already murdered 2 people. So he gets here and he was like, "But I'm white and British, so maybe I can calm him down." It's like, Michael, it's me.
He wants to get an exclusive interview. Yeah. He's like,
and then he gets one good shot on Michael. Then Mike he starts beating his ass, and I was talking to you. I was like, when did Michael Myers learn how to fight? Because that nigga looked like he had hands in this shit.
Oh, he had a speed bag, and during the 40 years, he had like a Hurricane-esque storyline where there's like war Undisputed. Remember that?
Oh yeah, hey, put me in here.
Yeah, but Love's gonna bust me up. Yeah. Or the movie Undisputed with Wesley Snipes and somebody else.
That was good, but then they did 2 more.
They shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Actually,
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good movie. $1 million gave it to the nephew, even though he was in there for no reason. The criminal justice system is terrible.
I don't remember that movie at all.
Wesley Snipes in there. I think his sister's boyfriend was beating him up, and he's a fucking trained fighter.
Oh yeah, and then you're like, your hands are lethal weapons, so we have to prison.
Yeah, so we're getting mad because you're black.
Is that a real thing? Like
what?
Like your hands are registered?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You at a certain level of black belt. Yeah, you gotta register your hands.
Man, it's terrible when you can't murder people.
Oh, my cousin T, she whoops ass so much they had to register her hands as lethal weapons. She had to get her hands registered as lethal weapons, and she has no training. She just beat a lot of ass. Gangster.
That's one of my new goals in life.
Just whoop so much ass your hands get registered as lethal weapon, but with no training though. She just whooped ass. Maybe
like the podcast can be registered as a lethal weapon.
Nah.
No.
Nah. My bars are.
So this is when the police arrive and we meet. These are fantastically cast police. They're pretty dope.
The cop from the first movie, which I would have not known. So they kept that to tell you.
I'm glad that
this is the cop from the first movie.
I'm glad that they told us. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then a black sheriff with a cowboy hat.
I know, a black sheriff. This movie.
It worked in Blazing Saddles.
No, this movie is 90s diverse, which I appreciate because it's a throwback horror movie. Like 90s diversity, one black person,
and he's a cop. So they was like, all right, the bus crashed and we got everybody on there, and let's see, there's one name on here that's really scared me. It's Michael Myers, but we don't know if it's him yet. Yes, it is. If a murderer escaped from prison and then murders start happening brutally, it's that nigga. Let's just go for that. Like, you didn't want to jump to conclusion. I don't want to cause a panic. No, nigga, cause a panic.
I know Omar Dorsey is like, doesn't seem like anything to worry about, really.
Yeah, if you'd have caused a panic, you might have saved some lives.
What are we gonna do? Cancel Halloween?
Yes, nigga. Like, they act like white parents wouldn't have kept their kids inside at night.
He's like, no, I'm getting this candy.
This is like, white parents are super fucking concerned about their parents, and you're gonna tell them, oh, we can't do it. It's not like if we told them a mass murderer has got out and then people are getting murdered in the vicinity, and then he's probably gonna go back to his murder grounds. Yeah, they're just gonna keep their seats out. Like, no, we're not gonna negotiate with terrorists. This is some bullshit like that.
This was Jamie Lee Curtis was on the scene. And we kind of see her like scurry away. She's like, "Fuck, Michael's back on the shit. I guess I should probably warn my family." And her daughter gets home and she sees the door open, and she doesn't really freak out at all. Jamie Lee just pops out with the gun. She's like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Y'all niggas over here slipping and shit like that. And Jamie Lee didn't tell her Michael fucking escaped.
She's incredibly vague with her instructions. She's just like, "Listen, I can't say exactly, but I'm scared."
Yeah, and I'm scared for you, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna come and murder. All you have to do is say, "Hey, Michael escaped, and there's been some murders that are Michael-ish. You might want to keep a pistol on you at all times." Or, that's just life. Especially since this seems like an open carry state. She had hammers on her the whole time.
Oh, she definitely did. She was ready.
She was brandishing weapons. And so they totally brush her off because, it's not like she dealt with this before. Anyway.
He's like, I kind of have a sixth sense for it. We see Michael get his jumpsuit and mask back, and he's like, I got the old thing back. I'm ready.
I'm focused, man. Tell to holler at me, man. He's like, when I turn this hat to the back, it's like, switch. Anyway.
And it's Halloween night.
Yeah.
I mean, he just goes kind of door to door killing.
Trigger bleeding.
I like how he only uses a weapon once, then he just kind of switches to another one.
Oh no, he had to get to his butcher.
Oh no, he got his favorite. He's got his favorite thing back. You're right.
He's like, no, he's like, I don't want them to mix up my murders. I need my body count high.
He's like, listen, yeah, that's true. I don't want this attributed to another serial killer.
Yeah, because when he bludgeoned the first people to death, they was like, this could be Michael, but I don't see no butcher knife. All right. So until he got the butchers, it was all good. So he got the first lady, and her head wasn't on the swivel. Her back door was unlocked. This nigga didn't even break into anybody's houses and shit like that.
He's like, listen, I'm just giving you a lesson on safety.
Yeah. If y'all had a locked door, you'd be survived. White people be letting their guards down.
He kills a neighbor, and then he goes next door and kills the lady. And there's a crying baby. And there's a moment where you think he might kill the baby.
Yeah. And then he's like, what am I?
Yeah, he has some.
He really had a crisis. Like,
it's like, is this who I really am?
Yeah. Maybe I wasn't hugged enough.
What am I about?
And thank God he doesn't kill the baby. And I was like, cool. But if he'd have killed the baby, that'd have been cool also.
No, this movie doesn't need that. That's too dark. I'm just here for serial killing, regular serial killing. You gotta draw a line.
Yeah, 13 and up, man.
If he killed the dog, I'd be like, nope.
Peter.
Not here for it. Privileged school dance because these costumes look like they cost money.
Yeah. Oh, and so at the dinner where Jamie Lee Curtis was with her family, they was like, "Oh, we're gonna be Bonnie and Clyde, but with the twist." And I immediately knew what the twist was. I'm like, "No, we get it. He's gonna be the girl, and you're gonna be the guy." They really it was like no one could compute that shit. It was very easy. We're gonna be Bonnie and Clyde, but we're gonna do it in blackface.
Bonnie and Clyde 2000.
Yeah, we're gonna be Beyonce and Jay-Z. Or I'm gonna be a gun and he's gonna be Tupac. Oh wait, that's me and my girlfriend. Anyway,
I don't like that song.
what? Tupac's me and my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
It's cool.
It's not my favorite Tupac song.
It doesn't have to be your favorite Tupac song. Tupac has a whole catalog.
He does.
Yes.
J.C. Penney's.
Yeah. No. What? Sluggy. Macy's, nigga.
I think J.C. Penney's had toys in the back though. The Macy's.
Sears.
Sears did for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd always circle that. I need that '89 Batmobile.
And you get your Carhartts. So you're like real Brooklyn. I mean New York nigga. Niggas really out there in Carhartt jackets. Some of them damn near bulletproof.
So yeah, school dance is great, and granddaughter's having a really good time until she sees that her boyfriend is a dick.
Mm-hmm. So he kisses a girl, and then he goes straight to abusive. He's like, "Look, I'm drunk and I'm white, and you saw me kiss a girl, and now I'm gonna take your phone and throw in a nacho cheese thing." And then she was like, "Oh, now it's over. Now it's over."
But before she got a phone call from her best friend who's babysitting the other black character in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you should come over and smoke some Alakazam with me.
Mm-hmm. And the kid was like, "I'm not dumb. I'm black. Listen to rap music."
He's like, first of all, Alakazam is stupid ass slang for weed. Who the fuck calls it that?
And anyway, so Grandma called, and Grandma doesn't call you that often, so you might want to pick up when Grandma calls. You know, I'm just saying. Actually, if I was Jamie Lee Curtis' granddaughter in this movie, and every Halloween, if she called me, I'm like, oh shit, it might pop off. It might pop off since the shit pops off on Halloween. I know I'm good 364 days every other year, but on Halloween, my antennas is up, baby.
I mean, worst comes to worst, she's gonna tell you a bad story and you hang up. It's gonna be, but something might be happening.
Exactly. Probably would have saved some people's lives. You guys are irresponsible. Anyway. Oh yeah, and there's no panic about motherfuckers getting serial murdered. There's 4 bodies so far. 5.
This is a small town, and quite a few
bodies.
Quite a few people have been murdered.
Yeah. 2 guards, 3, kid, 4. 4 people at 8 bodies so far.
It was a gas station massacre.
Yeah. 8 bodies so far, and there is there's not even news about it. No niggas ain't even tweeting about this shit.
Gas station murders would be trending.
Bruh. Here. Anyway. So she walks off the dance with Foggy Nelson. Oh.
I love this shot of when we cut back to the house of her friend who's babysitting when she puts the kid to sleep. You can kind of see Michael hiding in the corner, but it's a real quick shot.
Oh,
they don't overplay it.
I did not see that. I thought I was gonna see it. I was looking hard.
You can just see like a little bit of his man.
Yeah, and so boyfriend comes over and she was like, "I'm gonna dry hump you,"
which is fantastic for a 15-year-old.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Y'all don't have sex?" I'm like, "What? What kind of movie is this?" Anyway, so dude's like, "Hey, black kids, there's a man upstairs. Can somebody come fuck with this shit, please?" And
he's a good kid though. He's like, favorite babysitter. You don't look first. Send your boyfriend first.
Yeah, she was like, "What you gonna do if there's really somebody there?" Like, so she goes up and she's like, "Yeah, there's no one there." And then Michael's like, "But I am here in the closet." So she didn't fit the closet.
Where he said a person was.
Yeah. Anyway.
You're supposed to listen to kids, man.
Mm-hmm. And so she gets stabbed, and she almost made it, but she slipped, and then slipped again.
Hey.
And the black kid was like, "I love you, bye."
He's like, "I wish I could do something to help, bye."
Our muscles haven't developed. And then Dave goes up there, and they don't show him getting brutally murdered. It's not cool.
He did get brutally murdered, though, and they show the aftermath later, and it's really cool.
Yeah, hung that nigga on the wall like
He sure did. Pinned him up like a poster. Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of on the prowl, looking for her family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when the cop arrives at the house and he's like, "Police here, police. Is Michael Myers in here?"
Yeah, and he gets there. He sees the bodies. He sees the one hang up. He sees Michael. And he starts dumping at his ass, and he was like, "Michael Myers is back to his old shit again." And then Jamie Lee shows up, and she was like, "All right, let me press DEFCON 5." And so she goes get her family, and she was like, "Oh, your daughter's not picking up her phone, so she's fucked. But I can save you. So let's go to the my cabin in the woods."
Come to my McAllister-esque house. Oh, before that, she does get a shot off when Michael hits him in the shoulder.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's totally dumped on Michael with a big ass 4.5. And I was like, wait, that's blood. And Michael said, "Ouch."
He's like, "Oh."
It's like, wait, Michael's not invincible? Yeah. So anyway.
This is a different movie.
So
oh yeah, and at that scene she meets she's like, "Oh shit, you're a doctor? Oh cool. And you're the sheriff? What the fuck are we doing about this? Police, are y'all gonna do shit about this? Michael is killing everybody. Y'all gonna do shit about this?"
And then it was like, "Everybody go home, Halloween's canceled." Oh, was that easy? It really was that easy to cancel Halloween? Oh. You probably could have saved some lives. Told people to lock their doors. That's all he did was go in and lock your fucking doors. And Michael's like, "Shit, now I can't get anybody."
He's like, I don't break in houses. That's invasion of privacy.
He's like, no. Doing breaking and entering though.
That's a different level. I know who I am.
Yeah. So anyway, she's walking home with Foggy Nelson. And he wants to take a shortcut in the night. I'm like, no. First of all, nothing good comes from a shortcut.
I know nothing good is. You're right. Nothing good has ever come from a shortcut. You take the long cut every time. That's how you stay alive.
First of all, you should have looked on Google Maps and see if it was a shortcut. Anyway. So they're hopping fences and shit like that. And then he was like, "Hey, yeah, I think you're cool." And then he reaches a kiss. And then she was like, "No, it's my body."
He's a dick.
And then he blamed it on alcohol.
And some security lights come on this house.
And that's not how security lights work. Anyway. So the security guys come on and she leaves. And then he sees the security guards come on and they stay on long enough for it to be security lights, right?
Yeah, about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
whatever.
And then they start getting sporadically how long they stayed on.
I know it's not how they work, but it's still the scene would have been longer. And they're like, "Listen, this movie has to be under 2 hours."
Yeah,
and I appreciate that, even though it doesn't work that way. And he sees Michael in the wood, standing there pretty far away from him. He's like, "All right, I'll get out of your yard, Mr. Wilson. Fine, fuck it. So, I'm sorry." And incrementally, the lights are on for shorter periods of time, and he gets murdered.
Yeah, and he tried to hop that fence. I'd jump straight through the window.
In this case scenario, when you see a 6'4" white man in a mask come at you with a butcher knife, you jump through the window.
Yeah, you go inside. You make sure everybody else gets murdered with you. All right, I'm not going by myself. Everybody's gonna die. I swan dart through the window and then swab out the front door. Cause this nigga is not running after anyone. All right.
No, that's the horrifying
part. If I rubber walk, rubber speed walk, Michael's gone. I'm giving him a finger and shit like that.
He has a great death because he tries to hop over a fence that has spikes at the top. Yeah. So his face gets impaled and he gets stabbed to death. Yeah.
And she comes back and sees him and then sees Michael. She's like, "Oh shit, my grandma is not crazy." Yeah.
Wait, it was real the whole time? Cue Halloween theme.
So she tries to go home, but nobody's there. And then the cops pick her up. And then, alright. So now we're at the third part of the movie.
So the cop, the doctor, pick up the granddaughter.
So, he took the doctor for no fucking reason. I guess for movie.
Because movie.
Yeah. And so he picks up the granddaughter, and so everybody...
He thinks he can help find him for whatever reason.
Yeah. So he picks up the granddaughter, and he was like, "Well, I'm going to take you to your grandma, but I'm going to go hunt Michael Myers with you in the car." Because, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Like, maybe you can tell me what he looks like? I'm like, hold on. You're going to risk this girl's life? Okay. Good job, officer.
So she sees Michael, and he murders her, and so now he got to murder everybody in the car. Because even though, that's still murder.
he fucking runs Michael down with a car.
With a fucking old SUV. Hits the motherfucker, Michael's nothing broke. The doctor's like, "Are you idiot, man? You killed him." and he does the fake thing. He looks at him, and then the cop's like, "Get out the way! I'm about to litter this nigga's head with bullets." And he was like, "Oh wait, come a little closer." Pin stab, because I knew that pin was something in the movie because they really showed it.
They showed it a couple times. Mm-hmm. But what kind of, even if you're a criminally insane doctor, mm-hmm. did he get this from like an army surplus store? He's like, haha, pin knife.
Yeah, stab the fuck, and he was like, "Oh, that's what it feels like to murder." Then he puts on the mask and he gets a boner.
He did. I kind of like this twist though, even though it was stupid. Yeah. To kill the cop.
And he has one arm. Michael is 500 pounds of bigness, 6'12", and he has one arm and he puts him in the car.
He had murder strength.
Oh,
he
put the mask on.
No, he had the mask on, and in this movie, even though it's more based in reality than the previous films, mm-hmm. I think it's canon that the more Michael murders, the stronger he gets. That's my theory.
All right. Like Hulk, but in murder.
Yeah. Murder Hulk.
Yeah. And so he puts it in the girl, and she was really not trying to get away. I'd have been gone. like Michael's lifeless, and this nigga got one arm. Kick move.
Meanwhile, Jamie Lee Curtis, her daughter, and her husband, they're back at her McAllister-esque house. Mm-hmm. And her basement is dope. It's got like cranberry juice and like the best jerkies in it and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's playing for the long haul.
Yeah. And then she has for some reason she has like a gun wall that's locked. Like somebody else lives there and she don't want the kids to get in the gun wall.
Well, I mean, it's got to be safe when the grandkids come over. she's a responsible gun owner.
Anyway, so Michael wakes up and then murders the doctor, and yeah. Oh wait, no, they were driving to Jamie Lee Curtis's house, and then Michael wakes up, murders him, and then he didn't get the girl.
She ran off into the woods. He wasn't his primary order of murder. There was other people in the vicinity. He's like, I'm not gonna kill you first.
Yeah, he's like, no, I gotta stop this car right now. Murder him. You got away, and he's like, oh, you're running. My one weakness.
He's like, I'll never catch you. You're 3 feet away. it's listen, my strength isn't in my cardio is terrible.
I mean, I've been chained to a brick for like 40 years. So, 2 cops are hanging out there talking about bidets and sandwiches and shit like that.
Banh mi sandwiches are delicious though.
Cool.
Yeah. Wait.
Come on.
You don't fuck with banh mi sandwiches?
I've never had one.
They're delicious Vietnamese sandwiches. I'll get you one next time I go.
You done?
Yeah.
All right. So the cars pull up, and so cops are talking about some sandwich. They see the motherfucking carpool, and they're like, Hawkins, is that you? Hawkins, is that you? Hawkins, is that you? Hawkins, is that you? And after Hawkins ain't saying some shit, there's a murderer on the fucking loose. We're at the house where he might be coming to murder. Their antennas was not on the fucking swivel.
So let's approach this with our guns holstered.
No, they have their guns out, but it's like, nah, nigga, it's him. It's not Hawkins. It's this nigga, bruh. Why would Hawkins be acting strange? Is he drunk? No. Hawkins is fucking thing.
It's white curiosity.
Bruh. Dumping. I'm like, no, we don't even need to go in there. He gonna have to come to us. Like, matter of fact, we'll go inside with the murder house.
Before this happened, Michael stomps on the fucking doctor's head, which is a fantastic kill.
Oh yeah,
It was like a gusher.
Danny McBride.
it was Danny McBride. Just kudos, man.
Yeah. So they run up and then they don't show Michael get killed. So Michael's at like 15 right now, and we hear a cop car smashing through the gate. That I don't know how I got through the first gate.
I guess they just crashed through it. Maybe it was just open. Jamie's like, what you gonna do? She wants him to pull up.
Oh yeah, she did. She playing B bitch. And so
there's cameras all over the house, but Jamie Lee Curtis and her daughter are just talking in the room while the husband is literally playing with a fucking yo-yo. This is how you know he's a dick.
Oh yeah. So he hears something outside. Shy. Fucking dog. Got caught in the damn thing.
Jamie Lee Curtis's son-in-law. She tied up in the headphones?
Yeah. Jamie
Lee Curtis's son-in-law hears a crash outside, and he's like, wow, the police are outside. Everything must be okay. I'm going to go outside and investigate. Is there any news, fellas? he opens the door to see that they've been brutally murdered and their faces are illuminated somehow. Like he put.
Oh, Michael stopped by Michael's because he was like, no, I got to do some arts and crafts with these bodies. And so he made them jack-o'-lanterns.
That was very creative, and it just really showed that he's like, listen, I can murder artistically too.
Mm-hmm. He was like, I've seen Man on Fire. He's like, I'm Chrissy, and I'm about to paint my masterpiece.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
Which is also a fantastic line.
Oh yeah, Christopher Walken talking. And so he sees all this shit, and his head is still not on the fucking swivel. You do not get crept on by a motherfucker in combat boots, and he's 8'12", bro, 777 pounds.
Well, that's what you get when you're like, it's Halloween,
bro.
It's Halloween.
When I have to go to the liquor store at night, I walk in the middle of the street because I need to see everybody coming. They're gonna have to run up on me, so you're gonna have to take at least fucking halfway the thing. And I can do plenty of things. My head's always on the fucking swivel.
We hear a shot ring out, and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, well, the time I've been prepping for
like,
40 years.
Start the end of the movie right now. It's going. And so yeah.
He's like, all right, daughter, you go hide in the safe room. Mm-hmm. I'm about to play cleanup right now. It ends tonight.
Yeah, I got my good guns. And so I guess she was looking outside and didn't see Michael. These niggas. Anyway.
He's like, well, I better press my head against the door.
Yeah. And so Michael punches through a steel door and then glass door. He cut himself.
Oh yeah, luckily the steel door was left open, ajar.
And so he's like about to choke her out and he's about to finish the whole movie. But then she was like, oh wait, there's a gun in my hand. And then she shoots Michael's finger off.
Probably a few. I think pinky.
Yeah, he cannot throw up gang signs anymore. He is pissed.
He can't. He's like, well, my rap career is ruined.
Yeah. And so she goes and did she go in the basement? Yeah, she goes in the cellar basement, and Michael gets in the house. And he's like, house getting in. When does the daughter get there?
First, she goes. She tells her daughter. She's like, listen, her and her daughter have like a good moment together. She's like, damn, I guess you were right. And she's like, I fucking told you. I would have said I told you. I told you so. I told you this was coming for years. I prepped you as a child for this.
Mm-hmm. But then she also said it was wrong for me to raise you like that. No.
No, she said she was wrong, and her daughter's like, listen, I'm sorry I didn't listen. They resolve their conflict super easily because they think they're about to die.
Yeah, and your husband still be alive if your head was I'm just saying.
Yeah, so
it's not my fault your husband's dead.
So their conflict is resolved, but Jamie Lee says, listen, I got to get out of this room because I'm going to solve this tonight. You stay here. And then this movie has about 10 minutes of scary closets. Yeah. Super scary closets. I haven't opened a closet since Friday night, Vic. I'm fucking horrified.
Oh, she had all the buttons, though, to make it. She was really about to try this nigga, right? And so she sees blood on the thing, and she sees the room, and she has a room full of mannequins, which is fucking scary. I don't know why the fuck she would have that.
Because in the scene where she's letting the choppers chop, she uses mannequins for a target.
Yeah,
practice.
You can just leave them outside.
No,
she got a room full of mannequins.
Those are the spares, Vic. She shops at the mannequin outlet.
Bro, you don't keep them in one room. It's fucking scary, bro. Like you're fucking with yourself.
It's only Halloween one day. Usually the lights are on.
Still, I only bring 15 mannequins in the room. I'm putting the baby's room, and she's never gonna speak.
Hey, you never alone the mannequins.
Yeah,
she's also a seamstress, so she like puts the clothes on them. That way your clothes don't get wrinkled. Mm-hmm. If somebody's wearing them.
So Michael gets to drop on her again. He's about to choke her out, and he tosses her ass out the window.
He has some great hand to hand in this scene again.
Because
she tries to stab him, and he's pretty quick.
Yeah, like I called you, and I was like,
he's like a mountain cougar.
This nigga Michael can fight. Like this was scarier than this nigga got hands. And I was like, oh shit, nigga, that's his superpowers.
Yeah, his 2-3 combo was fantastic. Yeah. I like how once she gets thrown out the window, and then her granddaughter shows up, Michael's like, oh shit, a new murder.
Oh, but then. She Michael Myers.
I know, it's a reverse Myers.
And that nigga got spooked. He was like, wait, oh, nah, I'm leaving. Fuck this shit. I'll murder you next year. Bitch. That's when he knew something wrong. When she Michael Myers him, she was like, no.
I thought he was going to quip and he was going to be like, runs in the family.
That's not his sister.
Well.
It was a babysitter or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He murdered his sister.
That's right.
Yeah. When he was a little kid. With her boobies out, we saw those titties. 70s titties, bro.
It was. There was a 70s tint on the film. Yeah, it was.
And perky ones to just sit up. Anyway, I miss titties in movies, bro. We don't get to see titties in movies anymore.
No, this movie was a throwback to a simpler time.
Yeah, Danny McBride, he was like, you know what, this is gonna be a great movie. We need some titties though. Anyway, I said that. we gonna take the quote up anyway. How does the daughter get in the house? I forget that.
She just goes in the front door.
Oh.
And then kind of smartly, her mom was just like, "Hey, get the fuck down here," and they get in there safely.
Yeah. And so,
but Michael, he's figured out that they were hiding down there because her daughter's like, "Oh shit, they're about to get
well,
murdered."
no, because remember Jamie Lee Curtis shot at him from the basement, so it just gave away the position. And so Mike's he's the great, he's fucking Batman level detective. He's like, no, they're under it. Where would it be? This thing. I see air coming up. There's light in this crack of this thing. Oh, it must be this thing. Also, superhuman strength.
If I were to hide in the basement, I'm Michael Myers. I would hide under the island in the kitchen. It's the most logical place to put a basement.
Yes. And so he starts doing it, and then he shows that he never skips arms day because he like rips something off the fucking gear track and shit like that. And so he doesn't show, and so the daughter starts, Jamie Lee Curtis' daughter, not granddaughter, starts crying. She's like, "Mom, I need you, Mom, I need you." And then she starts crying. She's like, "I can't do this." And Michael's like, "Oh shit, weakness. My dick's hard." And then he pops out, and she was like, "Haha, psych. I've been trained my whole life to fucking murder you." And then she gave him a pop shot, and she blows his whole cheek off.
That was a great shot. And a good joke.
And Jamie Lee Curtis starts beating this nigga with a fucking tambourine. And she had a skillet. And so everybody gets out the house, out the basement. And then they throw Michael in the basement.
I love this part of the movie because it's kind of like a Marvel vs. Capcom team up. When like it's like 3 generations kill them together.
Oh yeah, because you got the mom. And they were trying to get out. And she got the mom. And she was like, "Run." And he was like, "Wait a minute. No, I can help. Here's a knife. Stab him."
I saw earlier that he's susceptible to being injured, which I wasn't aware of. I'm gonna stab him to save my mom.
He's allergic to steel in his body.
His biggest weakness: weapons.
And then they say the line of the movie. She's like, "This wasn't a cage. It's a trap." And so then she like, I don't know who her carpenter is. I think she's got Batman's carpenter.
An adult Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. And so, like, these cool bars come up, and it was, like, Michael Myers-proof bars. And then she was like, "This is not a cage, it's a trap." And then she sets the whole house ablaze, but then she has to watch the nigga burn. And then they're looking at each other's eye, and then she, like, had to break down cry, like, what is my purpose now?
I mean, she must have fantastic insurance as well.
And then she walks outside, and then the cop car pulls up, and she was like, "How do you find me?" And he was like, "Because I'm the T.S. motherfucking A."
The granddaughter waves down a random car, and she's like, "Can you help us? Because my first of all, my mom got stabbed. Also, it's Halloween. My mom's really scared, and I'm covered in blood. Can you help us?"
That was scary. A white man pickup truck on the dirt road.
I'm like, this might be scarier.
I'd have just kicked the cops out the car. That car works.
But and then the final shot is just him sitting in the back seat, just 3 generations now very close together by coming together with murder and trauma. And the final shot is just the daughter holding the knife, which I thought was dope.
Oh yeah.
She's like, it's still Halloween. I'm gonna hold this.
Yeah, and she's like, "Wait, I've tasted murder, and now I'm gonna become Michael Myers."
Basically.
Yeah, because that's how psychosis works. She caught it.
Well, she's definitely traumatized after a night like tonight.
Yeah. And then like the "I told you so" next Thanksgiving. Hey, where's your dad? Oh yeah, I told you so. Hey, what happened to your fat, foggy, sweaty friend? Oh yeah, I told you so. Hey, remember your babysitter friend? Oh yeah, I told you so.
I love this movie.
Yeah. This movie was cool.
It gave me everything I wanted, and under 2 hours. Very atmospherically scary. Some really cool shots, and it was kind of funny.
It was a slasher film based in reality, which is cool. We haven't got this since like Scream.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, they shouldn't let you. He's a super big giant. They didn't explain how this nigga knows how to drive. He's pure evil, but he's not. See, he's not pure evil because he did not murder that baby.
Well, that doctor. I mean,
he might be stepped on evil.
He's not pure evil. Yeah.
I'm telling you, but Pimp C said, "Step on the toy, still bring water to your eyes." Nigga, I was like, Pimp, that coke rap, baby. That's a real coke dealer right there. All right, you can't just make up that shit. Niggas can say, "I can weigh the whales with it." That's cool. That's cool.
Hey,
when this nigga said, step on it twice.
Listen,
water to your eyes.
That's a great line.
It's a great line.
But I don't think you should ever besmirch weighing the whales with your Coke. That's top 10 Coke lines.
No, it's not because
that motivates me like every single day. I think about that line like at least once a week.
Okay. That's a good. Remember we talking about the exaggeration and shit. That was okay. That was a very big exaggeration. Mm-hmm. But when this nigga Pimp C said step on it twice and still bring water to your eyes, that wasn't an exaggeration. He was like, no, that's how good my Coke is, baby.
That's based on reality.
Yeah.
That's like this movie. It's a throwback to a simpler time.
Yes. Wow. So that Coke, I was like, that's Coke rap right there.
While when my Coke come in, you got to use scale that the way the whales with. It's more of a style over substance. It's more of like the John Wick of Coke lines. Yeah. Which is still good too. You have to appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. We can do our top 5 Coke rappers because then you got Jay Styles Coke rappers. Good.
I think we've done it before. We have to
Coke raps.
Yeah, we have to break it down to like particular lines if you want to do
that. Yeah. Okay. Because so different niggas, you know them fools sell Coke because they say some shit. Lil Blood got a song. My Cream got fiends doing the Tight Rider, and I was like, Whew, that's some Coke right there. All right. Yeah.
Highly recommend this movie. Go see it right now.
Yeah, go see it. And it's not. Are you happy you took Venom's? Did you throw Venom?
Fuck yeah, I am. A good movie. I'm saying it's good in particular because everybody says I hate every movie. I don't hate this movie. People are like, "What? Keanu Reeves? You like critically think about films?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is my job."
You say, "Oh, you like everything." Oh, no, I just watch movies, motherfucker. Hi, you're the asshole.
I guess we're assholes for different reasons.
Yeah.
That's how the dynamic of the show is. That's why it's great.
Yes.
You got anything else before we wrap up?
Never wrap it up. Shout out to Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, Kamala Harris, Shannon Sharp, and Colin Kaepernick.
Vic, I want to say thank you for finding the musical guest this week.
I got you. You know you can use all my musical guests that we've used before over and over again. They said you can use my music forever. That's what the contract I made.
It's a release.
Yeah.
On the Masters.
I don't know the Masters. I'm like, no, nigga. I don't want to ask you every time you got a new song come out, can I use your song? I'm doing you a favor.
This week's musical guest is 301 Kenny. The song is dope. It's called To the Moon.
Mm-hmm. The video is dope too. Check it out.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you follow the show, rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. That would be dope to help more people find it. Visit us at allpodcastmatter.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and the Instagram. 2 up, 2 down.
My cream got wings.